Hi, my name is Jonathan Bliss, and I will be utilizing the skills I've learned about logos, pathos, and ethos to present this speech to everyone. This speech will have some sad parts, but I don't want anyone's pity. I wouldn't trade those experiences for anything because they've allowed me to mature and grow. I have many interests such as anime, JDM card culture, and snowboarding, but I won't discuss that today. Instead, I will speak about lacrosse, what it means to me, and my opinion on the recent rule change to my position. After watching Fred Rogers petition to the US Senate in 1969 for government funding towards regulating what is shown to kids on television, I've decided to write my own mock petition to the NCAA Rules Committee, so this speech will double as a petition as well as describe my personal experience with the sport. Lacrosse is the fastest growing sport globally, which is truly a beautiful sight. However, along with all that growth, unfortunately comes many negatives that ultimately affect how we will play the game in the future. Lacrosse has genuinely changed my life. I've been playing the medicine game for 6 years, and before I started playing lacrosse, I didn't know who I was and felt my existence on this earth was, and for lack of a better term, unnecessary. My life hasn't been picture perfect by any means. I spent most of my childhood in and out of the hospital. Until recently, my whole life has been shrouded in darkness, for abuse has left me unable to breathe, drowning in this lake we call life. I've never been able to express my emotions. Instead, I'd put all my energy into helping others rather than burdening people with the problems in my unrelenting life. Lacrosse has truly changed my life. I may not be able to express my emotions, but when I have a stick in my hands and I'm on the field, all the pain I've ever endured and all the scars on my back resulting from that pain seemingly fade away, for I am truly happy. Last year, the NCAA had its annual rules meeting that changed the landscape of how we will play lacrosse for the future. The NCAA removed the specialization that comes with facing off. As specialists, we have many skills and have trained in such a way that best suits those skills. I've trained my whole life in hopes of receiving a scholarship to play lacrosse. For a brief time, I had achieved that goal, more or less. Moving to New York from Texas was a huge culture shock for me. And around around the same time I started college, I found out my dad had stage 4 colon cancer. After receiving that information, my grades here at Genesee began to drop, for I had fallen further into depression. Now, that's no excuse for what happened, but it certainly has allowed me to better myself as a person. After failing 2 semesters, I became ineligible to participate in games, or rather, I never saw the field in the first place. It was kind of just a practice. So I decided the best thing to do was move back to Texas and take care of my dad while taking a break from school. I've matured quite a bit since then, and I'm doing much better mentally. So here I am now, delivering this speech to you all. Being from Texas, only a few people know what lacrosse is, so I'll compare it to something that hopefully everyone knows. Imagine training your whole life to become a kicker, and the year you leave to go to college, you're told that you can't kick anymore. You now have to use your hand to throw the ball in between the darn goalpost. Well, this is what happened in my position. I had to relearn it. Hence, all those years of training felt meaningless to me. So, what do? I go to reteach myself. Lacrosse players want to keep their talent in the game, but the NCAA seeks to limit the skill. We can improve faceoffs, but I wonder if this is the correct answer. I assume that the current rules made some people too dominant. With the previous rules, there were many possible moves from various stances with many possible counters. Instead, the committee has chosen one viewpoint with nearly 2 movements, which will solve the issue according to them. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news, NCAA, but people will still be dominant, and if anything, more so. As face-off specialists, we need to stand up and challenge the NCAA Rules Committee and petition for them to allow us to apply our skills to the game because for most of us, face-offs are honestly all we have. We're not good at other positions, kind of like goalies. The feeling I get while playing lacrosse is indescribable. I love being in nature and taking a break from life every once in a while, and lacrosse provides me with the opportunity to do so. It is nice to disconnect and forget about the stresses of my everyday life while doing something I love. Lacrosse has allowed me personally to travel to many places and meet many people from around the world. Some of those people are now some of my best friends. Taking an interest in something can lead you to meet people with similar interests, thus creating bonds of friendship and camaraderie. In conclusion, life can get hectic, stressful, and downright unmanageable at times. So I urge everyone to slow down every once in a while and take time to enjoy the hobbies and people that you love. Thank you.